All right, so looks like we're prepping for a holiday season where we can have our cake and eat it too, enjoying all the festivities, but without sacrificing, our health goals.
Right.
Smart move.
Yeah.
So this deep dive is all about naturally reducing those stress hormones that always seem to spike this time of year.
Yeah.
And we're going to be looking at an article from Healthy Temple.
Okay, cool.
And get this, the article claims that managing stress can actually help with weight management,
Oh, interesting.
especially during a season known for, a little indulgence.
Right?
So let's unpack that connection and we'll go over some practical tips.
Sounds good.
So cortisol,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about it like it's, public enemy number one during the holidays.
Right.
What?
Well, you know how you power through wrapping all those presents?
Yeah.
That's cortisol at work.
Okay.
It's your body's alarm system kicking in.
Gotcha.
It's great for short bursts, but when it's constantly on high alert, like it tends to be during the holidays, it starts working against you.
So instead of helping me out, it's actually sabotaging my efforts.
Yeah, kind of think of it this way. When your cortisol is chronically elevated, it's like it's hijacking your body's systems.
Oh, wow.
It can lead to those intense cravings for sugary treats.
Ah.
Encourage your body to store fat, especially around your belly,
Uh-oh.
and even break down muscle,
No.
basically stealing your gains from the gym.
So it's making me crave more fat and making it harder to build muscle.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, especially with all the delicious holiday treats around.
Yeah, it's a perfect storm for sure.
Ugh.
And as if that wasn't enough, high cortisol also messes with your sleep,
Oh, no.
which throws your whole system out of whack. Poor sleep means your metabolism takes a hit,
Yeah.
and you can't recover from stress as effectively.
It's just a vicious cycle.
It is a vicious cycle.
So basically, if I want to enjoy the holidays without the stress-induced weight gain, I need to get this cortisol situation under control. But how?
Well, the Healthy Temple folks lay out some pretty fascinating natural ways to do just that.
Okay.
And they're not just talking about willpower.
Okay.
They're diving into supplements and lifestyle changes that can make a real difference.
Okay, let's start with the supplement. I'm intrigued,
Okay.
but also a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Can you really just pop a pill and chill out?
Well, it's not quite that simple,
Okay.
but certain supplements can definitely help.
Okay.
One that's getting a lot of buzz is ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, remember those intense cravings we were talking about?
Yes.
Ashwagandha can actually help you fight those off,
Wow.
along with reducing overall stress and promoting relaxation.
Okay, hold on, ashwagandha.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit esoteric. Is
Yeah.
it something I can easily find?
Absolutely. It's becoming increasingly popular, so you'll likely find it at most health food stores.
Gotcha.
The Healthy Temple article recommends taking 300 to 600 milligrams daily
Okay.
to keep your stress in check while you're navigating all the holiday festivities.
All right, that's doable. What else do they suggest?
Another one that's particularly relevant during the holidays is magnesium.
Okay.
You see, many people are deficient in magnesium,
Really?
especially when they're stressed, sleep deprived, and maybe indulging in a few too many sugary treats.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with the holidays equal stress
Right.
and less than ideal habits, which means my magnesium levels are probably taking a hit.
Exactly.
But how does magnesium actually help with all this?
Sure.
Isn't that usually associated with sleep?
It does help with sleep,
Okay.
but it also plays a crucial role in calming your nervous system and keeping those cortisol levels in check.
Okay.
So supplementing with magnesium can be a real game changer during this time of year.
I'm all ears. How much magnesium are we talking? And
Okay.
is there any way to make it, a little more festive?
Yeah.
Taking pills all the time isn't exactly my idea of holiday cheer.
Well, the article doesn't give specific dosage recommendations for magnesium,
Okay.
but they do offer a delicious suggestion: a magnesium-rich hot cocoa.
Okay, I like that.
They recommend using dark chocolate, which is naturally high in magnesium, and almond milk.
Now that's what I'm talking about, a cozy and delicious way to combat stress.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Right.
What's the last supplement on the list?
Last but not least, we have phosphatidylserine.
Phosphatidylserine.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful, I know.
Yeah, that one's definitely a tongue twister. What does it do?
Think of it like a chill pill for your stress response.
Okay.
It helps reduce those cortisol spikes that happen after a particularly stressful event. So if you just finished a crazy day of shopping or you're feeling overwhelmed by all the holiday preparations,
Yeah.
phosphatidylserine can help bring your cortisol levels back down to earth.
So it's kind of like hitting the reset button on my stress. I like it.
Exactly.
Any dosage recommendations from the Healthy Temple folks?
They suggest taking 300 to 800 milligrams per day,
Okay.
especially after intense activities,
Gotcha.
whether that's a holiday workout or battling the crowds at the mall.
So we've covered 3 supplements:
Huh?
ashwagandha to fight cravings and reduce stress,
Hmm.
magnesium for a calmer nervous system and a delicious hot cocoa excuse,
Right.
and phosphatidylserine to hit the reset button on those cortisol spikes.
Exactly.
What else can we do to keep our stress in check
Yeah.
and enjoy a guilt-free holiday season?
Well, supplements are just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
The Healthy Temple article also emphasizes the importance of lifestyle changes.
Okay.
Are you ready to dive into those?
Absolutely. Let's hear those tips.
Mm,
Okay, so we've got our supplement game plan down.
right.
But let's dive into those lifestyle changes you mentioned.
Sure.
I'm all about working smarter, not harder,
Yeah,
especially during the holidays.
absolutely.
I think you'll appreciate the Healthy Temple approach here.
Okay.
They really emphasize,
Mm.
simple but effective strategies
Yeah.
that anyone can incorporate into their routine.
Right.
And they're not just about, stress management in general.
Right.
They're specifically targeted at helping you achieve your weight loss goals during the holidays.
Exactly.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always up for a challenge,
Yeah.
especially when it involves delicious holiday food.
Of course.
So the article makes a really interesting point.
Okay.
They argue that elevated cortisol can actually sabotage your weight loss efforts,
Interesting.
even if you're being mindful of your diet and exercise.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, really? How does that work?
Well, we touched on this earlier, but it's worth repeating.
Right.
When your cortisol is chronically elevated, your body goes into a bit of a survival mode.
Uh-oh.
It starts storing more fat, especially around your belly. And those cravings for high-calorie, comforting foods,
Yeah.
they go through the roof.
Oh, no.
It's like your biology is working against you,
Wow.
making it harder to resist those tempting holiday treats.
So even if I'm hitting the gym and making healthy choices most of the time,
Yeah.
those sneaky stress hormones can still throw a wrench in my plans.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But the good news is, by understanding this connection and taking steps to manage our stress, we can regain control and make choices that align with our goals.
So it's not about being perfect
Right.
or depriving ourselves.
Exactly.
It's about understanding how our body responds to stress
Yeah.
and equipping ourselves with the tools to navigate those challenges.
I like that you got it.
So it's all about making informed choices
Right.
that support our overall well-being,
Mm-hmm.
especially during a time when temptation is everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so remind me, what are those simple but effective lifestyle changes the article suggests?
Okay.
I'm ready to implement them.
All right. Well, remember how we talked about sleep
Yes.
being crucial for hormone balance and cortisol regulation?
Mm-hmm.
The Healthy Temple folks are big proponents of getting those 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night.
Easier said than done during the holiday season, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There are parties, late-night gift wrapping sessions, family gatherings. It's hard to prioritize sleep when there's so much going on.
I hear you. It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
But even if you can't get a full 8 hours every night, try to make sleep a priority as much as possible.
Okay.
Even a little extra rest can make a big difference in your stress levels and overall well-being.
Got it. Sleep is crucial,
Yeah,
even when it feels impossible.
right.
What else is on the list?
Okay, so remember that cheesy gratitude practice we talked about earlier?
Yes.
Well, it turns out being thankful isn't just good for the soul,
Mm-hmm.
it's also good for your cortisol levels.
Really?
Taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you're grateful for can have a surprisingly significant impact on your stress response.
I love how the article backs this up with science. They actually cited a study
Right.
that found practicing gratitude can lower cortisol levels by up to 23%.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
It really is. So whether you start a gratitude journal
Mm.
or take a few minutes each morning to appreciate the little things,
Yeah.
or simply express your thanks to the people around you.
Right.
Cultivating gratitude can be a powerful tool for managing stress during the holidays.
I'm definitely going to give that a try.
Okay.
Okay, what else have we got?
Okay, next up, let's talk about mindful festivities.
Mindful festivities.
I know it sounds a bit contradictory, right?
Yeah,
How can you be mindful when there's so much going on?
right.
But hear me out.
Okay.
The holidays often become a whirlwind of activity,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easy to get caught up in the rush and forget to actually enjoy the moment.
So you're not suggesting I skip all the fun stuff, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm still allowed to have my holiday cookies and cocktails.
That's right.
Of course, it's not about deprivation or restriction.
Okay.
It's about shifting your perspective.
Gotcha.
Instead of rushing through meals and multitasking,
Yeah.
try to be present and savor each bite. Engage in conversations. Appreciate the decorations. Really be there in the moment.
I think I'm starting to understand.
Yeah.
It's about bringing awareness to the experience instead of just going through the motions on autopilot.
Exactly. And mindful eating has been shown to reduce stress-related overeating,
Interesting.
which can be a major contributor to holiday weight gain.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I know I'm definitely guilty of mindlessly snacking
Yeah.
while I'm wrapping presents or catching up with family.
We all do it.
Yeah.
But just being aware of it can make a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
When you're more present and mindful of what you're eating,
Yeah.
you're less likely to overdo it.
So mindful eating is on the list.
It is.
What else do we need to be mindful of?
Staying active.
Okay.
Exercise is a fantastic stress reliever, but the type of activity you choose matters.
Okay.
Gentle activities like yoga, a brisk walk in the crisp winter air,
Yeah.
or even some light stretching can help lower cortisol levels and promote relaxation.
Okay.
However, intense workouts can actually spike cortisol temporarily.
Oh.
So be mindful of that.
So it's more about finding activities that help you unwind and de-stress rather than pushing yourself to the limit.
Exactly. Listen to your body and choose activities that feel good and help you release tension.
All right, so we've got sleep, gratitude, mindful festivities, and gentle movement. All great tips.
Yeah.
But let's be real, it's not the holidays without the food.
Right.
We've talked about how cortisol can increase cravings for sugary, fatty foods.
Yeah.
But are there foods that can actually help lower cortisol?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Healthy Temple folks are big believers in incorporating cortisol-lowering foods into your holiday meals.
Okay.
It's not about deprivation.
Right.
It's about making smart choices that support your overall health and well-being
Gotcha.
and taste delicious too.
Give us some examples.
Okay.
What can we add to our holiday plates to help combat stress?
They highlight a few key players.
Okay.
Salmon, packed with omega-3 fatty acids.
Mm-hmm.
Colorful berries, full of antioxidants.
Okay.
Nuts, providing magnesium and healthy fats.
Right?
And leafy greens, offering a wide array of nutrients. These foods can help fight stress and inflammation, and they can easily be incorporated into your holiday menus.
So we can enjoy delicious holiday meals while still supporting our stress management goals.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's all about balance and making choices that make us feel good both physically and mentally.
You nailed it.
Okay, so before we wrap up part 2 of this deep dive, I
Yeah.
just want to recap what we've covered so far.
Sure.
We started by talking about the impact of chronically elevated cortisol
Right.
and how it can lead to increased cravings, fat storage, and even muscle breakdown.
Yeah.
Then we dove into 3 supplements that can help bring those cortisol levels down: ashwagandha magnesium and phosphatidylserine.
That's right.
And we explored some incredibly practical lifestyle changes, prioritizing sleep, practicing gratitude, enjoying mindful festivities, staying active with gentle exercises,
Right.
and incorporating cortisol-lowering foods into your holiday meals.
Exactly.
All great advice.
I think so.
Now we're going to move on to the last part of this episode where we'll delve into more of what the Healthy Temple article had to offer
Sounds good.
and leave you with some final thoughts and actionable takeaways.
Perfect.
Welcome back to part 3 of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground so far,
Yeah, we have.
from understanding the science behind stress to exploring those, practical strategies for managing those pesky cortisol levels.
Right.
But the Healthy Temple article doesn't stop there.
No, it doesn't.
They have even more wisdom to share, so let's keep digging.
Okay, sounds good.
So what really struck me about this article
Yeah.
is its emphasis on the long game.
Right.
We tend to think about stress management as a temporary fix,
Yeah.
something we do when things get overwhelming.
Right.
But the Healthy Temple folks are advocating for a more holistic, sustainable approach.
I like that.
So instead of just putting out fires, we should be building a fireproof house, so to speak.
Exactly. They argue that the habits we cultivate during the holidays can set the tone for the entire year.
Interesting.
By incorporating stress-reducing strategies into our routine now, we're essentially investing in our long-term well-being.
I love that perspective.
Yeah?
It's not just about surviving the holidays, it's about thriving all year round.
Right.
But how do we actually make those habits stick?
That's a great question.
It's easy to feel motivated now,
Yeah.
but what about when the decorations come down and the everyday grind sets back in?
Well, the Healthy Temple article offers some really insightful advice here.
Okay.
They encourage us to be mindful of the messages we're bombarded with,
Mm-hmm.
especially during the holidays.
Mm.
We're constantly being told to buy more, do more, be more.
Oh, I know.
It's exhausting.
It's easy to get swept up in all the
Yeah.
expectations and lose sight of what truly matters.
Right. So they suggest shifting our focus from external validation to internal well-being.
Okay.
Instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses, they encourage us to ask ourselves, what
Yeah.
makes me feel good?
Mm-hmm.
What brings me joy?
Okay.
What nourishes my soul base?
So it's about getting back in touch with our own values and priorities,
Right.
rather than letting those external pressures dictate our choices.
Exactly. And that might mean setting boundaries,
Mm.
saying no to things that drain us,
Yeah.
and prioritizing activities that bring us peace and joy, even if they seem small or insignificant.
That's such an important reminder.
Yeah,
It's okay to opt out of that holiday party if it's going to add to your stress level.
exactly.
It's okay to say no to baking 5 different kinds of cookies if it's going to overwhelm you.
Absolutely. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential.
I love that.
When we prioritize our own well-being,
Yeah.
we're better equipped to show up for the people we love and truly enjoy the holiday season.
This deep dive has been a real eye-opener.
I'm glad.
I feel like I have a whole new perspective on stress management and the holidays.
The holidays can be a magical time of year,
Yeah,
but they can also be incredibly stressful.
for sure.
But by understanding the science behind stress,
Right.
incorporating those natural strategies we talked about, and shifting our focus from external validation
Yeah.
to internal well-being,
Yeah.
we can create a holiday experience that feels good in both our bodies and our minds.
So as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listener with one final thought.
Okay?
The holidays don't have to be a time of stress and overindulgence.
Right.
We can enjoy the festivities while still prioritizing our health and happiness.
Mm.
It's all about finding that balance, right?
Exactly. And remember, even small changes can make a big difference.
So what small change will you incorporate into your holiday routine to keep your stress levels in check and enjoy a truly happy and healthy holiday season?
That's a great question.
Happy holidays, everyone!